Hello, Paul Hamilton here. Going to do a fantastic little lesson on repeat straight from the book. If you can remember that page where Ralph is on the cliff face, beautiful scene, and he's creating 10 perfect waves for Dad to ride. So we're going to create that today. Just bring you back to the website. My website, appsbypaulhamilton.com. You'll see there's a little coding page there now, and I'm starting to create some authentic kind of tutorials using Scratch Junior, Tickle, Hopscotch, Playgrounds, etc. That are kind of based on the book and have some sort of related features, even if it's just the coding concept. So have a look at that, and we'll see how we go. But we're going to jump into Scratch Junior today and do a replicate the actual scene from the book a little bit, which is going to be pretty cool. So let's jump into Scratch Junior, and I'll show you what we'll be making. We're just going to do this scene. So we're just going to create a little surfboard for Scratch. And when I press play, he's just going to do a little bit of a surfing, and you can get a little bit creative with what he does there. But we're just going to bring in the background and kind of relate it to the book, but also look at the coding concepts within the actual book, which is looking at repeats, looking at sequence and order, and so forth. So let's jump into it. Let's have a look at how we did it. So we're going to create a new one here. We're going to press on backgrounds, and we'll press the little paintbrush at the top. We're going to press the camera app on the right and touch the screen. We'll turn our camera around, and we're going to take a picture of these printouts, which are also available on that page of my website, which is pretty cool. We'll hit Diggy Box, and there you can see it's looking pretty good. We're going to hit the paintbrush next to Scratch and do some altering here. The first thing we're going to do is create a little surfboard. So I'll go to my, let's create a little surfboard here. We'll make a little pink surfboard. We'll get that across here. So we'll put Scratch on that. We can move that down a little bit there. Let's move it down so he's kind of about there. That looks pretty good. Let's do a little rectangle. Let's do a different color here. Let's do a thicker little fin. So I'm just going to click and drag. There we go. That looks pretty good. And if I press this one up here, we can move that over a little bit, and there we've got a little fin. We could probably flip it upside down there, couldn't we? Let's flip it over. So we'll make it look a little bit more realistic there. That looks pretty good. Hit the ticky box. Now we've got Scratch on a surfboard. We need to make him a little bit smaller. So we'll just go to the kind of purple pink code, and we'll just press that a couple of times, make him a little bit more realistic for what he's on. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Let's make him bigger so you can see. And then we'll flick that code out. So what we're going to do now is we'll put in our green code for our execute at the top. And what we're going to do is bring in some sequence. So we might have him going to the right, maybe going up once, and then maybe going down once. And you can have a play around. The kids can actually have a play around with this and see how they go. We'll join. Let's see how that looks, by the way. So we'll bring that over, join that up, hit our execute. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we might have him going that way as well. And then we're going to have basically how many times do we want him actually doing that. So let's bring over some repeat code. Let's just have 4 at the moment. So we'll bring that in there. Kids are great at doing this. Then we'll bring that code over, and let's have a little bit of a look at see how that looks. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. So what we've done there is we've done a little repeat along, but what we need to have is Scratch then going back to the same spot where he started. And then we're just going to put in some forever repeat code so that it goes forever. And let's have a look at how that goes. So we've got Scratch surfing along the wave there. You could have him doing flips. You could have him doing a range of different things as we go along. I guess the sky's the limit in regard to coding and what you can get little Scratch to do. But I like this because it actually gets our students kind of thinking about the concepts in the books, repeating the waves, but also we can actually repeat Scratch's actions within that as well. So I hope you got a lot out of that tutorial. Fantastic little way of introducing repeats, loops, and some sequence and order as well. Paul Hamilton here, signing off.